Well, what's up, guys?
Hi.
Okay.
Here's Maxo. Say hi to Maxo. Say hi, Maxo. This is currently only the start of the garage, but you gotta start somewhere.
What?
So, my first little endeavor is to start working on the coupe. Yeah, you heard him. I have this. And this is our self-centering shifter assembly from Jackspania Racing. Jackspania. Jackspania? I don't know. But anyways, it's got reverse lockout. Jorked it. Heck yeah. The only thing I don't like about this kit is that it does not come with an adapter plate. But in all honesty, I mean, this car is a little bit far gone for really caring too much about that. As you can see, we do have a welded in cage. So it's kind of like, what's 4 holes that we're going to make with the shifter assembly going in, like, whatever. So there's that. Oh, that sucks. That's going in. We still need to do a official testing video with the ARM setup. You know, the relocated inlets, the charge pipes, the massive, massive intercooler. I mean, it's huge.
Nice.
Should, for the most part, be able to show you guys all of that. I'm going to try to do these videos in more depth and detail because I'm trying to teach you guys and walk you through all this stuff instead of just being like, hee hee, look at my parts. Because there actually are no write-ups on doing this specific shifter install. And honestly, compared to the Coolerworx brand that Austin has, his came with an adapter plate for his E36. The Jackspania ones, Spania, whatever, they have an adapter plate that you can buy for the E36s and E46s, but not this chassis. So if this saves people money and will work for them, I'd rather be able to help you guys and show you how to properly set this up. Because it's easy, but it's also not. So let's hop to it. Tip for you guys though, make sure you have no leaks. I know that some people might not always take tech inspection seriously when you go to events, but you don't want to be that guy on the track. So it's good not to have any leaks because you don't want to be that guy. In some tracks, you can't run coolant because it's glycol based and it makes it slick and slippery and it's hard to clean up. But you run water and water wetter. And water wetter fills in for the like lubricative portion of coolant, which is inevitably glycol. So that's a tip for you guys. And don't leak oil. You burn oil, that happens. People understand, you know, you're running these cars pretty hard. Don't leak oil. You don't want anybody else to get hurt because of your negligence. Come on. So, now that we're here, we got to pull out. In here you have your assembly that the shifter on the inside sits into on the floor. And we need to take this part of it out, but we need to keep the linkage because the linkage still goes into the new shifter selector. So this is where I really should drop the drive shaft down. Okay, so good news so far is we managed to get one pin fully out, and we did not have to drop the drive shaft just yet. This is the other pin though, so that other pin that's all the way up in here, I don't know if we'll be able to get this out without dropping the trans. I don't think so. I think it's going to be stuck right up against the wall right here. So what we're probably going to have to do... Wait a second. Did I just get it? Accident? Oh my goodness, I got it. Oh, we don't have to drop the drive shaft. We don't have to do any of that. I freaking love that. Look at that. So now all we got to do is go up top, pull the shifter out, because this is already disconnected up here. Because this is our shifter, and this is our linkage, and this is what selects the gear to be in. And then you can see that the other shaft, this, is still up in place. So we got to pull it out from up top here, sit in our nice, lovely seat. Oh my goodness, it's so weird to sit in this car for so long, but this is our floppy shifter now. Nothing. So now we gotta get this out of the way, the boot. So let me grab this out of the way and I'll show you what's below that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now that we got the boot out of the way, all we need to do is take a flathead and rotate the plastic piece on the inside. I think I just felt it click into place though. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, I just had to rotate it, I don't know, until it felt loosey-goosey, I guess. Now that means I could take... Perfect. So now, you just gotta take this guy, which is gonna mount this way. I'm gonna have to drill the holes into the chassis for this, but essentially it's gonna sit somewhere in this area. I just need to figure out where I actually want it to go. And that's gonna be the tricky part. Anyways, I'm gonna get underneath, install the little arm, put my clip in, and I'm gonna see where the shifter wants to sit, where it's at neutral, because I think it's gonna want to sit here. And if that's the case, I'm gonna attempt to see if I can put this boot onto here, just to protect from stuff flying up on the inside. I don't think there will be a problem doing this, but I could be wrong. So this is it. It's not 100% fully bolted in. I need to change up this hardware. I'm just the only one here right now, so I got it in enough so I could drill all the holes, put it in, make sure it works, make sure my holes are straight, and that was the important part. But pretty good. I gotta set the reverse lock still. There's just some set screws that go on the side, and then the other side to make sure that, you know, you don't accidentally go to reverse if you're really going hard. But in this car, it's kind of really hard because, like, to get into reverse in these chassis, you have to pull it all the way over. Like, you have to try. So I'm not 1,000% a fan of 5th and 6th. Just because, like, they're the longest ones to get to. I don't know. I definitely want to get that. They make an upgraded, like, billet T section to hold this all better. So I'm gonna probably get that. Anyways, this is its final form minus the hardware. Like I said, none of this is like fully secured and bolted in, and I gotta like adjust it side to side just a little bit. But we'll get this working for our reverse. Otherwise, I mean,
Nice.
pretty satisfied. I mean, it's right next to the steering wheel, and this is like phenomenal. I can't. That's gonna be so much better when I'm driving. And no play. So this is like probably a month and a half, 2 months later since I've made the beginning part of this video. I want to update you guys with something else that I did instead. Essentially, first off, problem number one. Trans tunnel kept flexing every time we went to go shift. That is now no longer a problem. No. Because we flipped how this was mounted. So this was over here before. The whole spring assembly and everything. And it made the whole trans tunnel flex, and I didn't like that. So, along with that, what we did was I contacted Coolerworx and purchased their Pro adapter plate, because this whole assembly is the same as their Pro shifter assembly. Because it has the big spring right here, and then it has a little bit of a different plate right here to allow for that spring. So, to make the Jackspania racing one, however you say it, fit here with the Coolerworx one, all we had to do was just cut the springs down just a little bit, like maybe ½ inch, ½ inch. Yeah. And when we did that, it cleared, so it's still doing what it needs to do. And all is good. And everything still works exactly the same. And honestly, the way it's mounted right now, it actually shifts a lot smoother than it was before. You can get the eBay Jackspania Racing shifter assembly, which again is the same thing as the Coolerworx Pro assembly. So they'll tell you it's different. They're going to tell you, no, you can't use the adapter plate, all this other stuff. You can. By the way, I know you guys are probably going to comment on, why do you have the D-shaped freaking washers on there? Well, that's because I opened up the holes on the bracket that bolts to the car, because I was trying to make it work before with just drilling to the chassis, and I made the holes too big. It is what it is. The way it is right now, it's good. It's bolted down, and I didn't mess with the center holes, so these ones are original still. These ones just have some D-shaped freaking washers on there. So again, you buy the Jackspania one. The Turner Motorsports thing that I bought, the little billet fork, I'm not gonna lie, I think it was a waste of money, because it doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be quite honest. And I was looking at the original one, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a cheaper piece of steel, it's more easy to break. Honestly, I don't think it would break. It's not aluminum, it's mild steel, it is fairly well built. I think you'd be fine if you just kept the original one, in my opinion. And plus, it's a little bit easier to get on and off versus like having to undo the fucking 3 set screws that are in there and pull all that out. So again, Jackspania, Coolerworx adapter plate, because this sandwiches underneath the car and trans tunnel and everything, so it's really nice and a lot more supportive. And the boot works really well too. still fits just like any other one would, and everything works just fine. Now, stay tuned, because we do have some nifty things going on top of, I just did the fuel pump in this tonight, finally, and we found that the fuel filter was completely smoked out. So probably what was happening is on top end, when it was demanding so much fuel, the low pressure pump was kind of not able to keep up because the filter was so bad. So I'm glad we found that. I'm glad it took care of that. One problem solved. Two problems solved. The next video that we're going to do is going to test my fucking patience, because we're wrapping this thing. I didn't think I was going to wrap it before this year, but we're wrapping it. And we're going to see how that goes, because this will be my first time ever doing this. And we all know I have patience, but I don't think I have that meticulous patience. But we're going to find out. So like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. We'll catch you in the next one.